is chaos. Its corrupting, changing taint despoils all before it. Only the strongest will endure.
Hello and welcome to another Total War Warhammer guide. Today we are looking at the brilliantly named Prince Sigvald the Magnificent. I feel like he gave himself that name. I just got that feeling. Look at him. He gave himself that name, didn't he? He bought some fancy armour and he's like, I'm going to call myself Magnificent. I'm so hard, nobody's going to argue with it. So he is one of the legendary heroes of the Chaos Army and he is fighty as fuck. This guy does some serious damage. Let's go through his abilities and stats. So first off, he's armoured and he's shielded. So shielded stops a lot of the sort of basic missile units hitting you. And also, I think it sort of prevents a certain percentage, like 50%. And he's also armoured, so any armor piercing is really going to do any damage. He's a melee expert, meaning he just likes fighting, basically. He specifically goes after units that are also good at fighting. So, just brilliant. He's got a charge defense against all units because he don't care. He looks forwards to it. He is also a duelist. There's not many characters in the game that are duelists. So this guy just likes to go and try and assassinate other enemy heroes. So very interesting. There's not many there's the Witch Hunter for the Empire. There's a few units that do, but not many. And with his magnificent cape and shiny white shield. So, let's look at his attributes. So, he's got 3,255 hit points. Very, very nice. He's also got 100 armor, along with that shielded as well. He's got 80 leadership, really high leadership. Average speed for a person on foot. 65 melee attack, 55 melee defense. Pretty damn good, and 460 weapon strength, and he's also got a decent charge bonus for an infantry. So all well-rounded character, high leadership, gets stuck in. So he's got missile resistance standard because he's a single character. He says when bracing, this unit negates the charge bonus of any attacker. So even if they're like Reiksguard Knights coming at you, he's like, whatever, let's fight. He's also got Encourage, like many of the leaders have, which provides a leadership bonus to units around him. He can hide in a forest. He's immune to psychology. He's just a beast. He doesn't care. He's not going to get scared from fear and terror. So his Augment Abilities, he's got Deadly Onslaught, which he casts on himself, and it gives him a charge bonus, gives him extra armor piercing damage and vigor. He's also got the Foe Seeker, which he's magnificent. He's not going to give spells to other people, is he? He's going to cast them on himself. Charge bonus, speed and vigour. So this guy makes him a monster with charging. He's already got 45 charge. So if you were to boost those spells, he's got a pretty devastating charge. And then finally, because he's a sort of leader of the army, he's got the Stand or Die augment, which casts on himself, affects all allies within 40 metres and gives them a boost? What's a boost? I don't know. But a boost to melee defense, leadership, melee attack. This guy is just as fighty as fudge. We're going to send him in and see if he can prove it. So the way I'd use him in a battle is to be part of your main frontline force. I might have him just a tiny bit behind your main big units of Marauders and Chosen and all that sort of people, and use him as a sort of counter charge just after the two armies have met, charge him in, maybe a flank charge. But also I'd scan the army composition of the enemy, and basically as they are closing in, I'd keep an eye on where their hero is and basically follow him across the back line, because he's a duelist, so you want to go after those enemy heroes because he can 1v1 pretty much anyone. There's maybe only a couple of other characters that could really stand up to him in a fight. Right, so we're going to charge him in just recklessly against these poor little spearmen. They're like, oh, it's only one dude. This won't be a problem. It's like the shield bash. So he is going to lay waste pretty much to this unit. I wouldn't necessarily use him like this in a real game, because even the sort of strongest characters can get bogged down by relatively cheap troops. You'd use him as part of your other fights and stuff like this, but this guy is just beastly, so we just stand my ground. He is magnificent, though. He is right. He gave himself the right name because he does look pretty magnificent. As you can see, he's doing a fair amount of damage to this unit already, and he doesn't care. His morale is still full, even though he's surrounded by 180 enemy troops. He's like, yeah, that seems like a fair fight. He is magnificent after all. He just don't care. Look, he's just whatever. They look like little midgets compared to him. Next swing, please. Oh, shield bash, lovely. So there you go, guys. He is a superb, obviously expensive character, but just wrecks faces. Get him into combat. Don't waste him sitting at your back lines. When those two armies meet, send him in. Use your the spell thing that I've forgotten what's called, stand or die ability to help out all your allies. Use your own to boost your charge and get stuck in, because he will slaughter faces. Like, we could sit here for the next 10 minutes and he'll kill them eventually, just slowly. But if this is why you don't use him on your own, you see, because if this was a real battle and he's off on his own, then these little spearmen, who are very, very cheap, have paid for themselves, because they're going to tie him up for most of the battle. So, as you can see, the hero is being really brave and standing on a hill. There you go, guys. Please enjoy. To let me know what you think of I've forgotten his fucking name. He's magnificent. Why have I forgotten his name? Sigvald. Let me know. Do you use him in the fights? Do you find him useful? How do you use him? That sort of thing. You know, because the choices are that you go for somebody like Sigvald, or maybe just a Chaos Lord, because you can stick a Chaos Lord on a dragon, and that's pretty badass. Thank you very much for joining me, guys. Please check out my other guides, like the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you're new to the place, and say hello in the comments. Thank you very much, guys. Bye-bye.